So I've been hearing creative genius and natural talent. So if you're seeing this message, it's because you are super creative and you have a lot to offer the world. You may have been feeling kind of blocked and stuck lately in regards to your purpose, your path. In fact, a lot of the questions I've been getting in personal readings is people have been asking me what their spiritual gifts are, if I could shed some light on some of their spiritual gifts. And it's interesting because a lot of the people that come to me are very talented creatives, like natural talents, a lot of natural abundance and gifts in specific creative realms. And I wanted to take the time to sort of touch on this message that there's more to, like, everything is spiritual, and that there's more to like figuring out your spiritual gifts than like the traditional, like, oh, you could be a tarot reader or you could practice Reiki. And not that those things aren't like valid or anything, they are, but I'm saying that there's so much more to spirituality than like meets the eye, because clearly, like, we are all spiritual beings. We're all just, you know, in a human vessel having an experience. And where we're going through this like energetic upgrade on a global scale, this is to sort of point out that like not everybody is going to be doing like Reiki, or like there's all different kinds of way to be doing energy work. I don't know if this is making any sense, but it's that you wanting to be a musician is spiritual. You working with animals is spiritual. You wanting to be a teacher is spiritual. That there's so many ways. Like, spirituality is a connection with yourself. So like obviously, like if you want to do all that kind of energy work, there's rebirth happening in the collective. This is the Phoenix. That like obviously, like if you want to be doing this kind of stuff, like to connect with yourself or even to do it for others, that's great. But I find that some people are looking for like a cookie cutter answer when it's like when their intuition is already pulling them a certain way. Like they're looking for confirmation for things that are already in their heart and their soul. And this is, let's see what this is. This is exactly what I was going to say. Like, they've been fighting themselves with this sort of like Five of Embers and the Fighter card. There's a battle that's been happening within, and then it's also reflected in your outer world. So if it feels like you've been really blocked, like you've been backed into a corner, it's because your internal self has been trying to get you to listen to the thing that lights you up. And you may be thinking like, oh, I want to help people and I want to be doing like service to the community. And it's like, you may not even realize that your service to the community is being a comedian. Like, you're putting a smile on people's faces and making them laugh, especially with the state of the world today. People can't afford to live. Like, you putting a smile on people's faces is you doing spiritual work. That like working in a shelter with animals is you doing spiritual work. That there's so much more to it than, like working with crystals. This came out, the Phoenix. So this actually may be like a revelation for some of you watching this, and this may be the confirmation that you needed to hear. That with this Three of Trees, there's something that you've actually been working on, that you have been waiting with this Six of Trees to get sort of like a reciprocity kind of energy. You've been putting in a lot of work, and I'm getting that you may not see right now how much it's going to flourish, which is why this Six of Trees came out. This is like the Six of Pentacles, which is a give and take energy, but this is also you creating so much abundance that you have more to give out to the world. If you've seen any of my previous readings, I've been speaking to this kind of energy that's been coming in and surrounding the collective, is that you have a lot of abundance coming in from something that you have been working on. And I've been saying that to use this abundance to cultivate more, to not give it away freely, but use it to cultivate more for yourself, because you're meant to help people on an even bigger scale than what you're doing now and what you could do if you were just handing like money out freely. You're supposed to grow this money so that there's like almost an infinity sign that's being created on this card, so that it's like a never-ending flow of like give and take, where it creates so much for you that there's no choice for it to be an overflow. I actually experienced something today where there was like an overflow and I had to clean it up, and it was a message to me that there's going to be an overpouring of abundance coming in, that you're going to have to be spreading it around and figuring out what you want to do and what you need to do with it. With this Six of Lotuses card, this is very much a nostalgic energy, which came up in my last reading. A lot of you are being called to certain times in your life, things that made you happy, things that really made you light up, are keys to what's coming next with this rebirth energy here. That a lot of you have really been battling yourself. There's what you think you should be doing and what your soul is calling you to do. So if you've been very much in a stagnant energy, you are subconsciously creating blocks for yourself because you aren't listening to that internal voice inside that says, like, this is what I want to do here. I just saw like a dancer in my mind. So some of you may be called to dancing. That again, I heard like painting stories like through your movement, and you could be inspiring people that there's so much, that what you're doing is so much deeper than you realize, that what you're doing is inherently spiritual. You inspiring people is spiritual. You being the best version of you is spiritual, because other people get to see you living in your power and your purpose. And especially with some of you, if you resonate with me and you're a part of my collective, what you came from will be inspiring to people. It will let people know that you can go through the worst of it and build yourself up to something better, that you may not have the best start, or you could have hit many roadblocks along your journey. People could have counted you out a long time ago, and then you're out here doing something incredible with your life, that your resilience is something spiritual. So this is more of a call for some of you to look a little deeper, or to broaden your view of spirituality, that your spiritual gifts may be very much tied into the things that you love to do creatively, or things that you love to do like as a child. Whatever's coming through right now, very much a nostalgic energy is coming through with this collective as well, that there's something from your past that is asking you to look at it for a little bit. So if this resonates with you, let me know. If you'd like a little more clarity either on this reading or in general, you can book a personal reading with me. It's in the link at the top of my page in my Etsy shop.